Buongiorno amici, ciao a tutti. Sono BC and welcome to the TueZday Garage. Man, this week has been awesome. There's actually been a lot of really cool stuff that's happened, and we kind of been setting the stage for the last week or so, and things are finally coming together. Last time we were together, we talked about the actual Crossmember for the RB engine going into the Z and how it needed modification. We did the grinding, we did the cutting, we did the test fitting, and after that, I actually mocked it all up with pieces of cardboard and was able to take it to the fabricator. And check this out. This is awesome. So it has all been completely finished. This is kind of how I mocked it up with the cardboard. They used 1/8" plate steel on the sides and 1/4" plate steel in the middle. The guy did a great job with the welding, and he actually also added some extra tack welds down here. And he didn't weld it all the way across just because they said they need to leave room for flex, but man, this is perfectly done. Very, very cool, super, super rigid. I am not concerned in the slightest about how it's going to end up or turn out. So the only thing I got to do now is just kind of take a little bit of the paint off, primer it, paint it, make it pretty. And granted, the oil pan is going to be over this and you're never going to see it, but you know how BC do, man. We got to do it right. We got to do it good. Now, I also had something else amazing arrive in the meantime, and it is the new sway bar. So this is the new St. Louis Speed&Sound, STL Speed&Sound sway bar, and this is the original sway bar here. And let me get out of some of the light so you guys can kind of see what's going on. But you can see the original sway bar as it sits. The dip in the bar actually goes straight down towards the street. This bar, however, as it's going to sit on the car, the dip goes forward, okay, and gets out of the way. And we talked about the reason why that's absolutely necessary is because the front of the RB engine, the oil pan, has to clear the sway bar, and where it was in its stock location, it won't. So this one is made so it gets out of the way. They had these custom made because they offer the RB swap as a thing, and they also included urethane bushings and all the hardware for that. So super cool, super fine. I think I'm probably gonna paint this. It looks like it's got maybe just a primer coat of paint on it. I think I'm going to put it in the same red as our valve covers and our brakes, and I think it should be totally cool and totally fine. So that is the really cool stuff that's come in, and we've just got some detail work to do before we install it into the car. But check this out. One other cool thing that came in was just an hour ago we received this box right here. And I've got Lily with me today, who's controlling the camera.
Vlog takeover!
And she's actually going to help me do the unboxing. There's a lot of cool stuff in here. She's going to help me. I'm going to run the camera, and she's going to do the unboxing. Now these goodies came from Concept Z Performance in Arizona. And most of this stuff is going to be for the transmission. So we've got... Nice. The metal gasket for the plate, the transmission plate. I think there's actually a new transmission plate in here somewhere as well.
This is just stuff.
We have a big old bag of hardware. I think that's a chromoly ball. There's all kinds of stuff in here. What is this?
I think it's just a collection of all the...
Oh, I know what's in here. So there's a brake master cylinder reinforcement kit. There's also the rubber thing for the clutch fork. There's a chromoly pivot ball in there, and some other clutch stuff goodies.
Cover dust on it, and it's genuine purpose.
Dust cover.
This is cover dust. So
let's see.
Get your grandma checked.
Get your grandma checked.
Direct grandma.
Let's see what kind of cool stuff is in here. Again, genuine Nissan parts, man. I mean, that's just Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is the dust cover for the actual back of the transmission. Nothing wrong with the one we had, but again, just trying to keep things fresh. And we're going to have to take the dust cover off anyway to replace the rear seal on the output shaft of the transmission. So just in case we damaged it, it's nice to have something fresh and new.
It says cover ASSYFR.
Okay, so cover assembly front. That's basically, we don't have to open it, but that is one of these, brand new. And this goes right here inside the bell housing, and this is where the input shaft comes through. So ordered a brand new one of these, and the reason why I had to order the entire plate is because you see this rubber gasket right there. To get that new rubber gasket, you got to order the entire plate. So almost, I don't know, so whatever, but that's what that metal gasket was for this plate.
Well, this is heavier than it looks. It says A lever WD.
Ah. A lever WD. Let's open that up. Let's see what it looks like.
Where's the razor blade? Thank you.
One of the things that I'm doing in the process of this is I'm actually upgrading the clutch fork assembly from the Z32 to, I think it's the Z33 clutch fork assembly. Now, I thought it was a totally custom thing, but I believe it's actually just like an adaptation of the Z33 parts. So we'll see. This might be it. This might not be it. I don't know. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, it's very, very heavy. But inside here is the Z33 clutch fork assembly. And the reason why this one is different than the Z one is a stamped steel clutch fork. Oh my gosh, you can hear the way that hits the ground. So this is the Z clutch fork assembly. And you could see it's a stamped steel clutch fork. And nothing wrong with that. But you hear that? Now listen to this. It is a solid steel piece.
First thing I thought you were going to say.
Very, very heavy. So definitely will have less potential flex and a lot better clutch response in the long run. So that's a cool upgrade and adaptation.
It looks like a taser. That's my tasing face. Okay, this is, oops, I'll go back.
Now that is the money right there.
Can I open it?
We're gonna open it, but we're not gonna put too much hands on it. But that should be the twin turbo Z
I don't want to mess with the
fuel
box.
pump. No, it's okay. So one of the things we definitely have to upgrade to be able to handle the horsepower. Careful where you put your hands on it.
It's in a bubble wrap.
Okay. All right. So here we go. This is the twin turbo Z32 fuel pump, and this is very, very, very much required for this engine upgrade. The difference in the flow rates between the two fuel pumps is significant. The only thing we're going to have to do is actually change out here with the collection tube, because we are using a 2+2, which has a different way that the fuel tank actually sits in the car completely. So yeah, this is an essential upgrade that we're going to have to perform, and that is actually a sock, a filter sock. This goes down into the fuel tank, and this is what sucks the fuel out of the fuel tank, then puts it to the engine.
Wait, if this is a sock, where's the shoe? Don't.
All right, no, put that in there so it stays safe.
Okay, and then one last thing. It's in brown paper.
Oh, that's a actually cool little upgrade. Cool little upgrade part. Once again, razor blade. So this is a CZP. Yeah. This is a con. You almost cut your fingers off.
Stuck my finger. Yay.
Oh, by the way, for all you haters,
Yeah.
raising my daughter right. It's the way you're supposed to be in the garage.
Feet high five. Yeah.
Dangerous feet high five. All right.
Savage. Okay.
So, one of the things I took into consideration, if you remember, I've got the, it's hard to see, but the upgraded front 13-inch rotors. And I want to make sure that those guys stay nice and cool, especially under hard braking conditions. And Concept Z Performance sells a custom brake ducting system. Very cool, made out of aluminum. This actually attaches to the lower control arm, and it mounts like that to the lower control arm, and it's designed to be kind of a ram air system. So it sits underneath the car. Yeah, there we go. It sits underneath the car, air goes in there, comes out here, blowing directly on the brake disc to provide extra cooling as we're driving down the road. So, yeah, man, I thought that would be a very, very smart thing to do, especially while we got everything completely pulled apart. So,
these nuts.
whoa.
Oh, that's good.
So, that is all the goodies.
Oh, is this just the same
That's the other
one?
side, yeah.
Oh.
So that's all the goodies, man. Lots and lots of good things, good stuff, good times. And Amici, it is definitely about that time to start putting things back together again. And I'll tell you what, I am extremely excited about the way forward. Now we have everything to put our transmission together. We have the parts that need to go back in here. And the only thing we have left to do is to paint the engine bay. And that's something we need to work on. So definitely not something we're going to do in a vlog, because that's tedious. It takes time, it takes precision, it takes patience, and so that's something I'm probably going to be working on. And I'll tell you what, we'll probably do it like this. I'm going to go ahead and start working on the engine bay, prepping it, priming it, painting it, getting all that stuff done. In the meantime, together we are going to reassemble the transmission during our vlog. And once the engine bay is primed and prepped and painted and it's finished, that's when we're going to put these other bits and goodies that we talked about today back in, and we're going to put the engine in, man. And then it's just time to put the intercooler together and start working on the way to turning the key and running this joker. So excited about it, excited about it, excited about it. I want to say special thanks to my guest today, Lily, for coming out and joining us here at the TueZday Garage.
I mean, technically, I'm kind of the focal point, so you're kind of joining me, so I mean, I'm just saying.
Okay, well, thanks for letting me join you, Lily. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
And stay tuned for more good TueZday Garage goodness as we start putting this thing back together. So, anyway, ciao, a tutti, and aloha.
Bye-bye.
We got new